Hello YouTube, it's Market Watch time, your bi-weekly segment now. We're talking about the Digimon card game market. I want to go over a couple of things we covered on Monday, but we have a whole new slew of cards to talk about. So many cards to talk about. Let's just get right into it. If you guys like this content, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on notification bell to smash potatoes. That way you know when all these amazing Digimon videos go live. Omnimons, always start with these. Nothing's really changed. I do want to really don't put something on the back burner here. You see this Omnimon at $14.78, right? It's a $15 card now. Blitz Omnis is going up with all the hype. This Omnimon, you might think, why is this $14? That makes no sense. Well, don't worry. It's $14 plus $5 shipping, so the market makes sense. This is still your cheapest Blitz Omni. But you guys remember when this card was like $5? Should have grabbed some. I'm telling you. And these alt arts are going up as well, so, you know, hype times are coming. It's a big, giant level 7 win button. It's pretty cool. Venusmon. Alright, do not buy the pre-sales. This is just your every so often reminder to not do it. It's $10. It'll be cheaper in a few weeks. Don't do it. Same with the Jessamon starter deck. For some reason it's going up. That makes no sense. Just wait for the decks to come out. And you'll be fine. It's literally okay. You can calm down. You don't need to buy these starter decks yet. You can wait. You can wait. It'll be alright. The premium decks are just being scalped to high heaven right now. I wouldn't pay this price. I wouldn't. Nah. The singles in the premium deck do not, plus the decks do not equal this price. It's literally just cheaper to buy the singles if you want the singles. Which, you should still wait a little bit, but we'll talk about that in a few minutes, I think. So, don't do that. Black War Gray is back going up. You had a moment to grab them for like $8-9. If you didn't take advantage of that moment, you missed it, because now we're 11 for cheapest, 11.45 for near mint and going up. So you really are kind of running out of time with this card. It is really, really being hyped for BT10. Being able to kill Mikey is a very good thing, especially next format. Deltamont is another card you may want to consider grabbing sooner rather than later. It might tank and do nothing. It's very possible. But it might also just be played in the deck. I know that my Black War Guilmon version plays a couple copies of it, and like it's fine. That's because I'm also playing Magojimon in the deck. If you're playing more of a red base still with like Metal Guilmon and Metal Guilmon Alteris and X Antibody, then you don't really need to grab this card. It's not necessary. But if you're thinking about going more black, you definitely want to grab this card before, you know, it potentially goes up in price. Potentially goes up in price. It may or may not. We really don't know at this point in time. But if BT10 variants of this deck start playing multiple copies of this card and are doing well, it'll go up in price. That simple. Just like some of the other promo cards, like the Guilmon and the Metal Guilmon Alteris, you know. This promo card is the lowest I've ever seen it in a very long time. Okay, this is probably a good time to grab it and might even reach a couple the bucks cheaper. Don't sleep on Melga in BT10. Don't sleep on it. I'm just telling you right now. It is an ignorant deck still. It still bounces things and it still wins games. Just don't sleep on it. I wouldn't be surprised if people are topping with Melga in BT10 and these go back up in price. I wouldn't be surprised. Just a suggestion. Just a thought to have in your mind. Guilmon X Antibody here. $7 card, right? We know that in BT10, Grandis is the way to play this deck. EX03, people might switch more to Bloom Lord and Hydrassi, and that's okay. However, we were looking at BT11 decks that are winning in Japan right now, and a Grandis deck squeezed in there in one. Not Bloom Lord Hydra, but Grandis, with 4 copies of this card. It is good. It is a good Guilmon card with a good on-play ability, or Wind Digivolving ability if you get it. You might want to grab this card. A playset. You might want to do that. Magnamon is climbing back up. It was $1 or so cheaper the other day. It's almost $8 again. Do you grab this card now? I think it's better to be safe. Grab this card now. There are a lot of listings, so I doubt it'll break $8 anytime soon, but you never know. Maybe grab them before it's too late. This Guilmon, I like to touch on this card sometimes because Guilmon support is inevitable, being a fan favorite. Guilmon, this one in particular that adds a Takudo, will go up in price. Imagine a world where we get good Guilmon support one day, but more specifically, think about a world where we might get a Memory Tamer Takedo Matsuki, and this can just add it, and a Guilmon card. This alt art card is a stock. And it's the EX2 cards aren't really dipping in price too much. I think you might, if you think Deltamont will get good support one day, which I think that you will, I think you grab a place of this card for the long term. That's my opinion on it. But do what you will. That's just my suggestion on it. Death Xmon is at a low. And it's been low, like $60. Grab. If you don't have your Death X's, this is probably the cheapest you're going to see in a very long time. I don't think the decline will last too much longer. It might drop a few more bucks, but I'm not seeing $38 Death Xmons in the future ever again. This was a one-time deal. I don't see this dropping too much further than its price point already. Impmon. There are a couple of light play copies for a little bit cheaper if you want to grab them up. Besides that, the next near mints are 58 and above. So, just a suggestion. A lot of people do consider this the max rarity of the Elite 3 Impmon, and it may or may not continue seeing play with the new Guilmon support. Time will tell. With the new Guilmon support, if this card still sees play, I don't see why it doesn't see play. It's just on Deletion Mill 3. It's pretty strong. But we'll see what happens. War Greymon BT1 is at $29 and kind of going down. This is getting reprinted technically. It's one of the 16 cards you can get when you open a box of BT10 because of the Star Deck 11 import thing. That's why this card is kind of at a low. It's also not going to see too much play in BT10. Some black War Greymon decks might tech it, and the Out of the Red deck might tech it in. But it's not going to see play like this format, where like War Grey X was just a deck that people played. I don't think you buy this card just yet. Fly Bullet. Okay, there was a little bit of a low price. It was hitting basically $20. And I know that people on Marketplace are still selling these for like $20. Your time is running out with this card. I'm telling you now. Your time is running out with this card. Okay? I just want you to know that. It's a nice looking card. And it's a collector's card. And if Musketeers get support in the future, this is one of the first cards to go up. Especially in a format full level 6 and lowers that are good. Just letting you know. Ancient Cosmon Event 3. Do not spend $25 on this card. There's no reason to. But this is just my PSA about the Event Pack 3 cards. Don't buy them yet. Just let them drop. Patamon Comparison Time. There's only a $2 gap between what I believe is max rarity for Patamon and the floor 1 Patamon. 15 listings versus 18 listings. Pretty close. Pretty close. Time will tell what the market eventually does want. But the gap is closing. The gap is just closing. So, yeah, be careful. You know, before you know it, there's like, what, 14 Patamons, 15 Patamons on this page, and then you go to page 2. And then it's basically there. It's a lot of Patamons. This one's also doing some similar things, right? There's a lot, though. There's a lot. Like, you gotta go through 10, 14, 15, 16, that's $20. You know what I mean? So, a similar resistance. More Patamons from this on the market, per se. Be careful with it. That's all I'm gonna say. Guilmon at $16. It's slowly cooling off from the hype it had, but it was selling at the hype. And it was. I told you guys, not grab it at that point in time. But there's not many listings again. There's 5 listings at $16.99. Then it's 18 something. Then it's 20. It's just, you know, you have a reprieve to grab this card if you want to grab this card. But I do stand by my statement from last Market Watch, or if I talked about it on stream or something, that this could be the next Security +1 Diaboromon. It could be. It really could be. Crimson Blaze is almost gone. It's got a light play copy for $21, and then that's it. So, if you want a nice, cheap copy now, grab it. It's BT8 pre-release. They aren't doing BT pre-releases anymore. Finally, Machine Dramon EX1. It will see play in EX3. It's getting a reprint, a golden reprint in the future. Bear that in mind. But it's not going to be a reprint, to my understanding. There'll be a lot of copies of. And sure, there's also the alt art. You know, you grab the alt art too, whatever. But $18 for Machine Dramon and going down. If you can grab them for like $15, I think you do. But they're probably not dropping anytime below that anytime soon. Anyway, that's it for this market watch. A little bit quicker than the previous ones. Just want to cover some really cool things, deals you should take advantage of, and other things you might want to wait on. If you guys like this content, let me know. Did I miss anything mind-blowing? Did I cover everything that was relevant? Let me know. Bye.